disrupted that whole offensive sequence there in the half court. And on the other end, Mason with a left for Pickering.
What's up, guys? We did it. We are world champions. No one can take that away. I'm still kind of still letting it sink in. So many different heroes and different things that happened. I thought Max snapped his ankle in half in the first last night. And then he turned into angry Maximus Reed. 6 innings. Shutout, scoreless. The ace that we needed. I did want to mention first that I think the narrative that because he didn't use we had to use so many relievers and blah 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 and all that other jazz. I think to note, we in the first series against Milwaukee, we used all Morton, Anderson, and Max all went at least 5, and we only used Minter, Maxick, Smith, and Luke Jackson in that series, and I feel like that really helped going forward. And of course, the pinch hit magic from Eddie Rosario from in the Brewers series, Game 4, the game tying hit with the bases loaded. We had so much 2-out magic. Travis d'Arnaud, when he needed to. This was a total team effort, and trust me, if the Braves had Mike Soroka, Charlie Morton for the whole thing, then you probably would have had standard alignment in terms of starting pitching, but the night shift was so darn good that you can't fault anything, and it would have only been one bullpen game had Charlie not broken his leg, and I think I thought that in the first World Series game when he broke his leg, I was like, is that the thing that's gonna break us? And the night shift said absolutely not. Tyler Matzek, Will Smith, Luke Jackson coming back after a crappy series by his own admission against the Dodgers. This was a wild, amazing ride that I don't think I'm going to get off cloud 9, cloud 12, cloud whatever for a while. And you guys, a lot of you guys are to thank for that, because sticking with me, watching lives, even on that 8-game losing streak or whatever it was to end the season, and still supporting, still doing whatever. It felt really, really gratifying, and I thank many of you for all of your comments, graciousness, especially when we were all just trying to trudge through the season, because it didn't have the feel ever until maybe we'd gotten to the playoffs that there was an actual chance for this to happen. And the pitching, 4 shutouts, 2 against Milwaukee. Yeah, they're not the best hitting ball club, but they still won 95 games. Then you got the Dodgers doing Dodger things. Yeah, they had a lot of injuries, but so did we. And I don't think they managed their pitching staff well, and we took advantage of that. Jocktober doing Jocktober things. What's up, Hudson? I can't believe we did it. You've been one of the main players in sticking with me, especially with these new lives and it's just incredible. So thank you. Even Ed Rianza, I think he was one for 10 with, or 0 for 7 in the postseason before he came up with that double. No worries. With that double right before the Eddie Rosario 3-run bomb. To clinch Game 6, and I'm still thinking of Tyler Maxick getting through Steven Souza, Albert Pujols, and overmatching Mookie Betts. And I wrote for Talking Chop. We did like a prediction roundtable. There were a lot of dark lives, and people definitely wanted to make sure that I didn't do any during the playoffs. And you guys got to know me better than that. Anything that helps the team win, I'm gonna do. And not doing wise was apparently the right success. And you don't know how many messages I got on Twitter because I got a new chair. Everybody was worried that my new chair now didn't know what champagne felt like, and they thought that was going to be a bad omen. Thankfully, it wasn't. And I was beginning to say, I wrote for Talking Chop. We did like a prediction paragraph of what we thought would happen. And for the World Series, I've always heard that good pitching beats good hitting, and the Astros had a franchise high 87 runs scored this postseason, but we shut them out twice. And I thought 2-out damage was going to be key for us to limit it, because they crushed the Boston Red Sox in 2-out damage. And it kind of, the thought of you kind of run out of that magic. Like 47 of their 87 runs scored were with 2 outs, and the way our pitching staff, yes, my chair does know champagne now, the way our pitching staff was kind of rolling, it felt like we had a big time chance. But I feel, and we did, and that game 4, holding them to 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. You thought it might be then, because these guys are so good in the batter's box, and we were able to neutralize them every single time. Kyle Wright doing what he did, even Dylan Lee doing what he did in such a unfamiliar situation, being able to strike out Bregman with the bases loaded, and all of that went into it. And I'm still kind of not sure why Christian Javier threw Dansby a fastball. I think my brother and I talked about the day after it happened, because you can't sneak a fastball past Dansby as much as you think you can. You can't. And Dansby doing that, and then hip Jorge absolutely demolishing a baseball. And last night's 3-run bomb was definitely not 446 feet. That's got to be at least 520. Soler, and everybody I talked to said that Jorge doesn't have a T-straight approach or doesn't walk. He since he came over here, he's had a pretty darn good approach. And he did that last night and throughout the entire World Series. But the funny thing is, was the best thing that happened to us as a team in the playoffs. Was it Jorge Soler getting COVID? Not that he got COVID, obviously, that's terrible. But we had to play Eddie Rosario, and Eddie Rosario single-handedly almost beat the Dodgers for us, reaching base, I think, at least 15 times, maybe, I don't know, maybe 23 and 30 total this postseason, which is absolutely insane. And yes, we never lost back-to-back games in the postseason, which that in itself is insane because, it on the road, doing it on the road too. I believe we were 4-4 on the road, getting 2-2 in Houston, and that's a heck of an atmosphere, heck of a home field advantage in the ballpark. And jumping on them early like we did was phenomenal. And getting one in the Dodgers and kind of doing it the way we did, we could have easily swept that had Luke not had that one bit unlucky inning, which is crazy to think about. But everything just kind of fit into place, and Snitker managed his keister off this entire postseason, and that was the biggest question I continued to get on live was, were we going to let Snitker go? And I continued steadfastly saying that there's no reason for it. We wouldn't have signed him to a 3-year extension if we didn't believe in what he's selling, character-wise, clubhouse-wise, and just how he's able to get the best out of players and out of the caring nature of Brian Snitker and the and just the person he is. I got an autograph from him a couple of years ago in Bradenton. We were watching the Braves and Pirates in spring training, and he gave me one. The biggest smile, the biggest wave, because I couldn't get down there given in the wheelchair and everything. But Snitker smile, and it's all genuine. And the way he managed this postseason, riding Minter, Matzek, Will Smith, Luke Jackson, as much as he did, was phenomenal. And yeah, everybody said he punted Game 5 of the World Series, and maybe that was the case, but we did that same thing in Game 5 when Max didn't have it against the Dodgers, and he was steadfast in that he wasn't going to use his big-time relievers, and that kind of paid off for us, whereas the Dodgers used Max Scherzer in a closing situation, thus affecting him the rest of the way. Urias in a side session, but using him in a game instead of relying on the phenomenal relievers that he has. I can't quantify how much Brian Snitker pushing the right buttons, pulling Max Fried Ian Anderson in Game 6 of the NLCS, giving Adrianza that shot with Travis at third, and Adrianza coming through with his only hit of the postseason. By the way, congratulations to Adrianza on the new addition to the family. The only hit of the postseason, Eddie Rosario coming off the bench at right times when he did, before he cracked into the starting role to stay. Moving Ozzie down to 7 last night was phenomenal too. Ozzie reaching base 3 times, starting the rally, in the third with, I think it was, 2 out base hit and then a walk, and then Soler doing what Soler did, but continuing the evolution of Brian Snitker is just insane. And every manager, you're gonna have a moment where you're going, why? But if a move doesn't work, a manager's crucified. But every button Snitker pushed in this postseason, there was a plan, there was a reason, and the night shift made it work and made it work all the time. I said in my Bleed reaction video, if I remember correctly, I'm sorry for every bad word I ever said about Will Smith. Yes, he had 37 saves in the regular season, and about 31 of those were hard pounding and annoying. But he stepped up in the biggest way I've ever seen. I think he's the first. I think I read he's the first reliever ever in the postseason to have at least 10 innings unscored upon. And that, if you would have told me that in August, I would have thought you were absolutely nuts. But Will Smith earned every penny of that $40 million contract. And I think the turning point for him was actually the Giants game where Donovan Solano got him after like 6 straight sliders. Then he started relying on his fastball more, not falling into a pattern, and he just rode that momentum wave through the postseason. And us getting hot, I think we had won like 4 straight series going into the postseason, whereas in years past we were kind of limping or trying to rest versus rust heading into the postseason. And the ability of us to kind of just ride the momentum, like I said, and just kind of break everybody's spirits for the most part. I mean, in game one of the playoffs, we only lost 2-1, and Charlie, it was a hit by pitch and then a 1-2 mistake to Rowdy Tellez, and then Jocktober was born, Power the Pearls. After that, just 3-0 shutouts, a lot of 2-out magic. Did you really go to Waffle House? A ton of 2-out magic. I don't think I could remember all of the 2-out magic, whether it be a walk or I think a lot of them were walks, and that that kind of started all of the loveliness and a lot of our rallies. But yeah, I think I started to have the feeling that this was going to be different in when we back-to-back when we had back-to-back walk-offs against the Dodgers. And every one of those little things that we're able to do, it just kind of felt different. I didn't know if it was actually gonna accumulate, obviously, but it did, and I still can't believe it. And I don't know that I'll be able to get through all of the messages, retweets, quote tweets, YouTube stuff from everyone on my Twitter. So I just wanted to make sure I said thank you for all the sport, and I can't, I don't even. This has been so magical and just kind of unbelievable given everything that we've been through. I feel like there should be like an E60 or something on this team because I don't think people from the people that didn't watch the Braves every day didn't have a great understanding of everything that the team went through. Ian Anderson, the shoulder right after Ronald went down, all of it. Marcell Ozuna's issue, Freddie Freeman 195. We would probably have started the season like 2-11 had it not been for Ronald. I think as Dansby said, we were the Atlanta Acuñas for about the first 2 weeks, and the bullpen couldn't really find its footing or anything of that nature. Chris Martin had some big time innings as well in Game 6, in Game. I don't know what game. I think Game 2 of the NLCS, he came in, had a clean 8th inning before we came 1, 2, 3. I think it was like 7 pitches before we came back on Urias in that inning. Ron Washington was so clutch with some of these crazy sins.
Just trying to make sure that he got back first before Kubalik.
Crazy sins that he had, aggressive sins, and living or dying by those sins. And some of our base running was very, very odd and very frustrating at times. But again, that's like a NBA team living and dying by the 3, although every NBA team lives and dies by the 3, seemingly. But
looks like Brett Pesce will be able to skate off on his own power, and there is Doug Bennett.
But it's Walt Weiss and Sal Fasano with the catcher, Travis Darnell catching every single pitch and getting us through so many first and second no outs, or second and third no outs, or runner at second no outs. Like, we were Terminators when it came to our pitching staff were Terminators when it came to runners in scoring position. No, it still doesn't seem real, and I don't think it will for a while. But I can tell you, for me, this is the best ride ever, and starting Braves Anatomy, did I think I would be covering a World Series championship in year 2.5? Heck no. Especially the way the year itself was going and went and is, and I think I've covered 19 division title, 20 division title, and the ride to the NLCS there. And this year, the 4 straight division title and the World Championship. And I could probably still pinch myself because, like you said, Carrie, I don't think it's gonna sink in for a while, but the joy, and I think you can point to a moment for every single person that was on our postseason roster at one point or another. It may be the only one, maybe Johan Camargo, but he was there just in case. but I feel like Jacob Webb, Dylan Lee, Orlando Arcia had moments at times during the season for us. Abraham Almonte, Guillermo Heredia, the energy, the swords. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, I was able to get a sword in on the Champagne celebration. Travis Darno, like I said, catching every inning after being out for three and a half months and seemingly struggling with something in his thumb or hand area, but still coming up with the clutch calls to keep pitchers calm, the sequencing, and clutch 2-out hits. The one against the Milwaukee to tie it up at 4. I think he started the rally, extended the rally in the Jock Peterson 3-0 game with back-to-back singles with Dansby. The World Series, the homer to tie it in game 2. I know it didn't last, but then the insurance run in game 3. Game 3 to get 2-0. Again, working through so many runners in scoring position issues and really not breaking a sweat for our relievers or himself, blocking so many curveballs and sliders and not missing a beat. He did.
Good to see Brett Pesce back on the bench, and the American Hockey League coach here in Chicago for Carolina that Abby speaks of is Derek Borsari. He's done an excellent job.
Yeah, I knew. Let's see. Is there anybody other random that I'm kind of forgetting that had a really big Dansby? Doing Dansby things at the right times. I still can't believe Max didn't snap his ankle in half. I thought he did, even though Brantley wasn't safe. It's all the craziness of this. And kind of watching the Hurricanes down 2-1 right now, but the Hurricanes are 8-0 too. So the Hornets are really fun, and the Braves doing Braves things. I will not be at the postseason parade. A lot of people have asked that. I will not be there. Obviously, it starts at noon, and we'd probably have to get a hotel room in St. Augustine because there is no way that there would be any rooms available. So I'm just going to enjoy it from my couch. And this magical ride and watch as many highlights as I can. And I have all day long trying to catch up on all these messages and stuff. And I do have a scar from the Cincinnati game. I was on vacation when we first took over first place, and I think it was the Cincinnati game. Might have been the Washington game where it was like a 3.5 hour rain delay or whatever, and I had to do the recap in the hotel bathroom, and we were trying to rush and get a bed and stuff, and my foot had gotten caught, so there's a scar. There's a scar on my right foot that has been there for a good 4 months. And then my mom trying to open the champagne bottle in for the NLCS, cut her thumb. So we have some scars from the Braves, and they are amazing scars and work scars and champion scars now. But like, it's just hilarious how things happen, and the joy I get even when I hat toss or when I'm frustrated, the joy I get, the messages I get from that. And I mean, because we're all feeling the same feelings, and now to be able to feel what we all are right now is magical, and I don't think that's going to change. I can't believe we only gave up 2 homers to the Houston Astros, and both to Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, excuse me, and then holding Alex Bregman to like 5-3 for 26, and Alvarez 2 for 22 or something like that after he single-handedly destroyed the Red Sox. Every single player, even William Contreras, I know he was the backup catcher, but he had some moments. He had some moments when we needed to, with 7 different catchers and things like that. I mean, geez, I knew there was someone I forgot, but 7 different catchers. AJ Minter going down and coming back up, and playoff Minter, and September Minter is just different. It's so insane. I feel like in the World Series, after we won Game 4, after not getting a runner to second base until the 6th inning, when did Gore get in it? I might have been on vacation. Did he score that run? Gore?
Steps away from DeHaan, still with it. Aho, terrified, and his shot goes across the crease. Home to deflect it.
I don't know if Gore actually scored there, but I remember he did get a pinch running spot, and I think I read something on Twitter. He has 3 rings, 2 RBIs, and that is the penultimate baseball role right there. And Austin Riley being insane at home. Walk-off, the double in the 8th to tie it 4-4. He was just so solid at home for us. Freddie Freeman doing Freddie Freeman things, 10 RBIs, 4 homers, clincher against Hader. Those homers he hit, including the one like that to ice the game last night, just it felt so appropriate and amazing and MVP free. And all I keep thinking is Freddie and Chipper had the conversation of there's only one thing left that Freddie needed, and this year to be the year that we get it. We get it is absolutely incredible and insane and crazy. And Freddie statue. Let's see, Eddie Rosario, Freddie Freeman, Tyler Matzik, AJ, they all need a statue. Adam Duvall had some big moments. I forgot that he had twice back-to-back homers. And again, so many with the 2-out rallies, the insignificant 2-out walks that ended up being very significant. Eddie Rosario near cycle, but I think like 15 base game with the 2-homer game against the Dodgers. Jorge Soler, and how much, and the fact we didn't give up that much, and keeping the chemistry, and giving the chemistry and giving life, and bringing fun back to the clubhouse with Stephen Vogt and Jock Peterson. And you got the Burgundy boys with the wine club and all that stuff. You could tell that this team, really cared for each other and really played like it. And I feel like, I don't know if you guys think this is a good idea, but like to do videos, top 5 moments for each player on this season, like a season rewind, but like a best of video series for the 2021 season. You can tell me yes or no on that. Just kind of a video idea. But there's so many moments you can gravitate towards. Ben Ingram and Joe Simpson and all of those with so many amazing calls, and Kevin McAlpin, Peter Moylan, Paul Bird, all of them, Kelly Kroll, all of them covering and staying the course. I don't know how many broadcasts we opened up with should how many kind of moments the announcers were like, should you have a clubhouse meeting? Should you yeah, that sounds good. Thanks, Hudson. CJ, yes, we are world champs. Yeah, I'll see how to do that and how to get it started. The Eddie Rosario catch that I still don't know how he caught it in game 4 in the 8th. I'll do the regular season and postseason with that, hopefully, and just Jesse Chavez having some moments too. The bases loaded moment in game 4 of the NLDS to kind of keep us in the game, so to speak, again, with the Terminator, the night shift, whatever you want to call it. And I know everybody's like, why didn't you use starting pitchers? I'm pretty sure if we had Charlie Morton, if we had Mike Soroka, the narrative of using relievers so much wouldn't have been the case. But you just got to win how you win, and I don't think it should matter as much as people are making it out to, along with the wins and whatnot. I'm not going to get into that because I don't care, because we're on the top of the world. But I think that's bogus just anyway. And I still can't believe it. I really, really can't. Rick Kranitz, I think I talked to several people early on in the year. It was like, is he on the rocks at all? But you got to sometimes struggle. Baseball is hard, and you got to just kind of stay the course. And I love the fact that we did, and Alex Anthopoulos giving us a shot and learning from past non-going for it. And just belief. Just so much belief.
Against a future Hall of Famer.
Well, I mean, he is such a good future. It might even be the present. I mean, because he is a quiet kid, but you can tell has excellent self-belief. He's fearless going to the hard areas.
Yeah. And I guess I could say, Snit, we finally kicked that final door down. And just the way we did it. Every single person that put on a Braves uniform this year had an imprint to it, and when they replay things on Christmas or like the big time games or whatever, that is gonna be fun. And it's just so incredible to think, and the little things, the trainer to keep everybody relatively healthy and our infield never missing a game and not complaining one bit, and Ozzie doing Ozzie things. It's so insane, so amazing, and this ring feels really, really sweet. Really, really sweet. I don't think I missed anybody. Let's see. I don't think I missed anybody in talking about them in terms of what they meant to this club. If I did, I apologize, but this has been the best live. No doubt to just kind of reminisce, and I will be doing that for a while. And just this has been freaking insane, and all the friends and all the people that I met through this is a dream come true. And I think I've almost hit 80,000 views too, so that's a crazy milestone just to think about as well. And before I forget, subscribe, everything. I'll have all the off season covered, and do some of those top moments of the 2021 season for every player. Just kind of a series to have fun with that. So make sure you're following in for that. Football, basketball, those videos will start hooking up because the Hornets got off to a great start, but the Braves are world champions, and I'm so excited, elated, and so happy for this. A magical, improbable, impossible run that has happened. And thank you for being on the ride. It's been incredibly so amazing, and I can't wait to try to run this thing back and have fun, but let's enjoy it for a couple of months before the craziness of the CBA and baseball itself and free agency and all that. See where those dominoes fall. Freddie better stay. Alex Anthopoulos, I know you're not listening, but I wish you were. But as always, go Braves. Subscribe. Love you guys. This has been insanely amazing. So awesome. And talk to y'all later. And hey, I can do lives again. because we're world champions until I get a losing streak again. But this is my favorite live so far. See you guys later.
Had a chance to watch Steph warm up just a moment ago, and he is just so creative.